How are we doing today? Got a new mic, so trying to see if this actually works, or if I'm gonna have to go back to throwing on a headset. But hey, here we are, another episode of CK 101. I'm about to, yeah, mic quality bad. Like honestly, I have to figure this out still, but it's like, yeah, figuring this out. Maybe I'm wrong setting. I have no idea how to work. So give me this. That's the wrong one. Worst comes to worst, I will put something on. I have my headset with me somewhere. I might just throw that on. I got this like no, I got this like yesterday. It's like I have no idea what I'm doing with it, so probably gonna test it out later and actually I figure out what I'm doing. But for now, I might just grab on the headset just to make this work, get stuff going. So yeah, it's on the right mic. I use Twitch Studio just because like I had Stream for some reason stopped working on me. It's on the right thing. Hold on. Yeah, give me a quick sec on computer stuff, cause like the yeah, Twitch Studio says it's fine, says it's there, but it's also on the it's good now. Okay, so that's interesting. I'll have to figure out everything else after that. So yeah, Bluetooth headphones with it doesn't not work. So I'll have to figure something out then. Aside from that, because then I can plug in a mic in, whatever. But for now, I think that's the gist of what's gonna happen here. So if the mic works now, that's good because I don't know what I'm doing still. But yeah, thank you, by the way, Solution, for helping that. Shouts to you guys for one, winning your matches, two, streaming because that was fun to watch for a little bit of it, and then also hopefully, yeah, Bluetooth messes up audio quality. That makes sense. I always went wired, so I never actually tried to go with yeah, Bluetooth because yeah, my wired headset was everything I needed. So yeah, good to know because when I do commentary and stuff like that, I got to figure out a setup and all that. I have a set of wired headphones somewhere here. Oh, there it is. Hold on. My trick. Give me a bit. Yeah, this is basically just going to be. Yeah, updates is literally I have a mic now, and I guess going to use this as like a way to test stuff out. Wired headphones that are for some reason here, so I can actually hear my computer stuff. Give me a sec. This is awkward. A sec. Cable management or wire management is not my forte. It looks like. Go watch spicy streams. Shout out Solution for plugging me better than like I plug myself. Honestly, so I don't plug my stream anywhere aside from like the CKL stuff. Cause like it's college. Who knows if they would care about that or not? Hold on. Okay, let's try. Let's see if this works. Hold on. Speakers are still there. Okay. Mic quality, is that still fine? Or am I gonna have to like figure something out on my own time? Whatever works. But if I can like hear myself still, that's fine. But if hey, we'll see, we'll see. So no Bluetooth. Good to know. We didn't even mention Rumble yet. Speaking of Rumble mention, Okay, we're still fine. Okay, we're fine. Okay, we'll make this work then. For the bits. Nah, you're good. Solution, you good. Play that Rocket League. Have some fun with it. Good luck. Get some wins or whatever. I am horrible at Rocket League, so I cannot like attest to anything about it. But hey, wishing you the best of luck with it. So here we are. Actually, CK 101, third episode. I am getting DMs from. Oh, okay, not Sandberg this time. Okay, so what are we doing today? Okay, first of all, just random updates. So first of all, there's a mic now. Have to figure out like, everything else alongside that. But hey, we have a mic. I don't have to wear a headset now, which is a blessing. Just not having to like wear that for like a few hours straight. I used to do that for like commentary and stuff, but now not it was not it. Having a mic that I can just actually talk to like right here makes my life so much easier. It's like an early birthday present. So happy to have it now. Other updates. Big moves I know Oklahoma was making. So Oklahoma, of course, that I signed on as a coach. They now have a second coach. Omolga from University of Arizona is also coaching University of Oklahoma. So Oklahoma legitimately has a coaching staff, which I don't think many Mario Kart teams or any have like an actual coaching staff of more than one person. I know Moravian was supposed to have two coaches next year. I don't know if that's still going to happen, but we will see. But at the moment, shouts to University of Oklahoma having a legitimate coaching staff. I'm really excited to see where they go from there. Okay, any other updates I can think of? Not really, no. So the big things for today, syllabus week, a lot of matches that happened, a lot of notable ones as well. So like we'll talk about that more as we go into it, and then it really makes the bracket look very interesting. And I think there's going to be a lot of exciting stuff this weekend, or not even this weekend, just this week, because a lot of matches are being played. I think in the next few days, and then a lot more. So by the end of the weekend, we're going to have like a ton of results to talk about. And some upsets I think are going to be brewing this weekend as well, and maybe some like other things that you can see. Just like it's a good way to preview going into CKL spring season. What's going to be happening? Other things we're going to be doing a lot of ECRC stuff. So for those who don't know, East Coast Racing Collegiate that starts up next week, both the FFA and the Fours League. So there's a lot to talk about there, especially in terms of like a lot of schools that aren't playing in CKL because they don't have six are going to be in ECRC, whether that be for FFA or four. So this is a good way to look at like potential teams like before they break out into the 6v6 scene. Who's like developing that team setting? Or maybe what are some of the smaller schools, especially that are potentially have like a lot of good prospects and stuff you really want to be looking out for going forward. So yeah, syllabus week, ECRC, and then just some updates, more stuff as we go along. I have a few ideas, not just for me, not just for this, but also for CKL in general, the college Mario Kart community in general. I have a few ideas I was going to run by, but big update. So I might get a chance. There's not guaranteeing anything yet, but I might be getting a chance to write for Esports Illustrated, which apparently is a thing and has not died out because with Sports Illustrated after all their recent layoffs. But there is a chance I might be able to write about like college Mario Kart or just the Mario Kart community in general for like a somewhat big esports news outlet. So that could be massive publicity for like the college Mario Kart community. MKC as a whole might actually see like, oh look, JP Givener article or JP Givener interview on like Esports Illustrated. If anything comes up with that, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But something to look for. Maybe actually have some like writing stuff. Also, anything to get me something to do during my gap year because dear Lord, job market ain't hitting. But without further ado, let's finally get a chance to talk about syllabus week and some of the big results that happen over there. Pretty sure the little thing on the bottom is actually still updated. I think it's updated now with the ones from last week. So let's take a look. Professor Spicy at work. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta get this. This is basically my work right now because, hey, I have a part-time job. But it's like, hey, if this gets me any revenue, that'd be great. On the other side, though, any revenue I do make on with this is actually going towards funding for MomoCon, if I'm being quite honest. Like, maybe not even for me. Nox actually said she wants to go, and the big thing that's stopping her, or aside from maybe her family, saying no, is funds. So any revenue I get from like subscriptions, donos, or bits would be going to Nox's MomoCon funding. She doesn't know about that yet either. So unless she doesn't watch my stream, so I doubt she'll know. If you guys want to tell her, feel free to, or we'll make it a surprise. Oh, so finally talking about syllabus week. So just mention who a bunch? Mention Rumble a bunch. Whoa, yeah, that's the easiest way to get donations. That's the easiest way to earn revenue. Just keep mentioning Rumble. But you will have to eventually. See, boom, Rumble mention. That's all we gotta do. All those like Twitch girls, the e-girls trying to like complaining about the lack of revenue, or you can't pay $5 a month. All you gotta do is mention Rumble. When you do that, that's how you get the money. If only they knew. But they don't have a Rumble to mention. We do here over at the College Mario Kart community. So I'm lucky in that regard. I'm blessed to have that. Anyway, let's actually talk about some of the matches here. So, syllabus week results. Thank you for the bits, by the way, Fitchy. So we started off, we ended last week talking about Peach State versus Morgan State. And some very it's a big result, because this one, PSP was definitely the favorite going in, but I felt like Morgan State could have maybe pulled something off. Yeah, no. Peach State won this pretty handily. You're looking at a 568 to 416, a plus 152 in favor of Peach State. And this is just overall a Peach State masterclass. Luxatone, 122. Spoon, 115. Kusan, 102. Dynamo, I mean. When Dynamo plays, Dynamo just does things like this sometimes. And then you wonder why we gave Dynamo the Kusan nickname. No, this is why we gave Dynamo the Kusan nickname. Dynamo is basically just a Georgia Kusan. Kusan is just a Japanese Dynamo. That's the better way to put it. Then you have Spruce 88, Ray with a 73, and Bassoon Boy with a 68. Meanwhile, for Morgan State, you're looking at a Zay with a 110, Nitro 92, Obsidia 67, Iman with a 62, Klob 43, and Ronin 42. This is exactly what you're expecting to see from Peach State. They'll just be cleaning up. And honestly, maybe we underseeded Peach State going into this tournament, because Peach State just looks really good. Just in general, as like a team, they might not have the superstar potential that, like, they don't have like a Super FX. They don't have the Cairo, but Spoon, Luxatone, or Kusan really just make it like you don't need that really. And we're becoming a league where depth matters more than the carries, I think, at least at this point in the league's short history. So I think having like this Luxatone and Spoon just alone, they're so good right now. And I think they're going to be this is a duo you really want to look out for going forward. In fact, I would not be surprised if you see, we'll talk about this later, but Peach State, they're probably going to make a deeper run than I think a lot of people are willing to admit. But this is a very dangerous team, and I'm really excited to see what they do, not only in syllabus week, but going forward in ECRC, because I think they will be gathering for that, and for CKL spring season. Meanwhile, for Morgan State, it's been a bit rough for them lately. Not trying to have they still have Zay dropping those big points, but then it's like, yeah, figure out who's the second option. Nitro is really making that case though with that 92, and then you'll see later Nitro has been popping off. But for now, it's like the depth that Morgan State has, it just really wasn't able to compete with the depth that Peach State has. So the Georgia boys have just been so good lately, and I think that's going to lead to some great results for them going forward. This was a table. This was so close. This was like to look at a University of California, San Diego, the Triton Tricyclists against Oklahoma University, the Sooners, I think it was. I should know this as their coach, but I'm sorry that I just messed that up on stream. But either way, UCSD 499 to Oklahoma's 485, a plus 14 difference. If Oklahoma's stock wasn't rising, it's rising now because this is a scary close result against a team that is definitely going to be in Division 1, being UCSD. And so we're going to break this down. UCSD, Super FX 135, Astra 116, Louise 89, Top 72, Lemon 48, AC 39. Meanwhile, for Oklahoma, Golden 86, Caleb in 11 races dropped in 81, Tekadessa dropped 76, Rumble 75, Rhino 72, Brett Tobias 66 in 10 races, and JWT in 3 races with a 29. This was incredibly close. So I watched the VOD of this a few days after it happened. I watched this yesterday in a Panera Bread, taking my notes for a VOD review in the future. So Oklahoma was winning basically after the first GP. Oklahoma was up by almost 40. Then in the second GP, UCSD basically tied it up. Race 9, Oklahoma wins dominantly. But race 10, UCSD steals it by like a lot. They got like a top 4 on Twisted. And that was basically going to be the nail in the coffin because Oklahoma's had a hard time like catching up at that point, especially like breaking into a UCSD top 4 in the last 2 races. Really difficult. And then race 11 and 12, Oklahoma tried to catch up, but it just wasn't enough. And UCSD was able to win by 14 points. This was close. It was back and forth. And really, if Twisted Mansion goes differently, Oklahoma could be the one in winners finals. So this is just an insane result on both sides. So first of all, UCSD, this is a good win. This is a very strong win on their end. You're looking at just Super FX Astro Waluiz. That's a core that is so scary for a lot of teams to deal with here. Goji with the Yoshi noises. But yeah, UCSD is really scary this year and this season, and I think they definitely deserve their spot in winners finals. And you have players like Super FX who are just going to be going off at any point, even if they don't play as much as they used to. The potential is always there, and I think now having Astra and having Waluiz on UCSD, this is going to be a very scary team going forward. And adding players like Top. Top is, I don't know if Top played a lot beforehand, but Top has been very good. Like Top with a 72 here is actually deceptively strong considering how Oklahoma plays, where Oklahoma will really just play with a lot of depth and try to minimize those tough ones. Who is versus who today? Yo, Andrew, shout out to you hopping in the stream. We got University of California, San Diego versus Oklahoma University. Yeah. Oklahoma has Rumble, one of our teammates. And then UCSD has like some notable names from other teams. So like Super FX has been a big name for a while. Yo, that big brown boy dropping a sub with the Prime. Thank you for that. Let's go. Dang, I did not even realize that, Andrew. Sorry about that. Yo, but shout outs to the. Okay, what the? Oh god, we have a hype train going. What the heck? I don't know how that's gonna work. But hey, shouts to the bits, shouts to the sub. Oh, let's go, Goji with the resub. Happy to see that. Thank you guys for all that. I just got a hype train going. I have no idea what this means. I know this is like, oh, yo, shout out for the 8 bits. So, yeah, you know why it's happening? It's because we have a Rumble. We have the Oklahoma with the. Yo, Joy also with the sub. Thank you for that. Yeah, I was not expecting this whatsoever, but hey. Thank you guys for this. Remember, guys, anything that happens, any money I get from Twitch streaming from now until MomoCon is basically to help Nox travel with me to MomoCon. So really appreciate it. Appreciate all the support you guys are giving me. Also trying to help save my marriage, I guess, at this point. 1 community sub. Yo, shout outs to that. Hype train level 1 achieved. My computer can't handle this right now. I will say that. Yo, Angle is now gifted a sub. Shout outs to Angle for now being part of the community. Please give him your money. Remember, guys, the money's not going to me. So, but shout outs to that. Do we want to have like a name for like whatever community we're gonna be calling this? I don't know. If anyone has like ideas for like a name, like a community name for the stream, we can do that. I'm gonna just let this go for a bit. Meanwhile, we move on to whatever next bracket is. Oh my god, yo, shout out to all these emotes right here. Basically, more Rumble mentioned to this point. Like, that's just insane. Great stuff from you guys. Thank you. So, I have to, like, adjust a few things on my Twitch. Think of something spicy related. That could be a lot of things, if we're being quite honest. I once had a how does this story go? I was talking with one of my friends who knows about can we be the pepper people? The Spice Gang. Oh my gosh, guys. You guys are great. Shouts to all you guys for cheering, subscribing, whatever that was. Really appreciate all the support from you guys. Really happy to be part of this community. Where that be the MK community, where we the college scene. Spice Gang is pretty fuego, to be honest. Spice Gang? Okay, I guess that's what we're going with. Thank you for shout out to everyone who just joined the Spice Gang. So really happy to see all this. Really appreciate all the support. Is Nox or Baja down to squad queue by chance? I will ask them. So Baja is still in placement, but Nox and I used to squad queue back when we were like closer. I'm kidding. Like before we were divorced. I'm kidding. So like, but I will ask them if they want to play at all. Okay, just asked Baja and Nox. I will let you know, Joy, at some point. The 69 bits. Oh my god, Angle. You have something to waste your channel points on? I haven't even gone to that point yet, I'll be honest. I don't know what to make for like stuff like that, so if anyone has ideas, feel free to shoot them my way. Or let Fitchy know also, because Fitchy's a mod. I have no idea how this works, guys. I need if someone wants to like make emotes also, feel free to, because I have no artistic talent whatsoever. So there's definitely not gonna have anything of that. We need to do bets next season. Yes. Definitely gonna be doing bets next season. I think that'll just be really fun to do overall. So that would also be a good way to use your channel points on. So the fact that you actually have points, that'd be amazing. I'm gonna answer Fitchy's DM real quick, and then I will continue with the rest of the stream. Sorry about that, guys. It's funny you mentioned that, Fitchy. The Shaquille O'Neal me actually was originally from Tomodachi Life when I used to play that game when I was younger. So that's actually it's actually funny how I was like, yeah, the reason I went to a Shaquille O'Neal me as like my thing when I started playing for like Team Upload was because I'm like, oh, I need a me that isn't just my college me, my college president. So I'm like, oh, I did Shaquille O'Neal when I did my Tomodachi Life Island. So I'll have it that now. Great work. Emotes are being delivered to supporters. I have no idea what any of these emotes are, if I'm being honest. But thank you guys for the hype train. I have no idea how this worked out, how we got a hype train going. But hey, thank you. Yo, shout out to Goji, 100 million points for me to fly to Japan and beg Nintendo for a new Mario Kart. Would love that, honestly. Yeah, Andrew, that's exactly where Shaquille O'Neal came from. I needed a me for Team Upload, so I'm like, Shaquille O'Neal, why not? And that's how and I basically changed all of my Discord stuff to Shaquille O'Neal because before that, I forget what it was even beforehand, but my entire Shaquille O'Neal thing, like online, is because of Team Upload and Tomodachi Life. Anyways, I'm sorry about that. That chilled my throat. Yeah, I gotta work on this whole streamer thing. UNI Morgan State. Okay, first of all, shout outs to Elephant62 for getting this right, saying that UNI was going to upset Morgan State just because of how well they've been playing. Because, dear lord, this is a Lemons legacy game. UNI 511, Morgan State 473, a plus 38 win for UNI. Lemons 129, Archie 115, Dappy 113, Icy 75, Accident 51, and then Bendon 28. Meanwhile, for the side of Morgan, Nitro 105, Zay 104, Klob 84, Obsidian 72, Ronan 59, Ghost 49. And this was, by all accounts, this is probably the biggest win UNI has ever had, at least at the moment. This could be the start of something for UNI. Like, people were wondering, is UNI going to be Division 2? Because, like, we knew, everyone knew Iona and Oklahoma were moving up. And the question was going to be, like, is UNI better than UAH? Is UNI better than Nebraska? I think this is definitely where we would agree here. I think UNI, this is a statement win. And to have Lemons, Archie, and Dappy drop over 110, this is massive. This is so good. Like, Lemons especially, this is like one of the best games you would ever see. Because like last season we knew Archie was the one who was scoring a lot of the points. But Lemons now, this is like the big breakout game. And I'm really happy to see this for UNI. Like, massive win. Like, I'm unfortunate. It's sad to see Morgan State be eliminated from syllabus week. But if you're UNI, all the props in the world for pulling this off. And this was a big win. And like, you could say it was maybe item luck, how to do with it, maybe tracks, maybe whatever. At the end of the day, this is a win you can't take away from UNI. And this is going to be big going into like seedings for CKL spring season. And maybe even if UNI makes a deep run here at syllabus week, if they beat their next opponent and maybe make it close and lose your semis, then it's going to be really cool to see what they do. But otherwise, with a win with Lemons with a 129, that's a big win. That's a big result. Really happy to see it. So congrats to UNI for pulling this off. Meanwhile, for Morgan, this was a stunner. One, because they lost, because I think this was close. I think this one was back and forth on, because UNI and Morgan were like, I think, relatively close on paper, and this is weirdly like the worst game I think I've ever seen Zay play, results wise, which is weird, because like a 104 is like comparatively, it's worse than what they're used to. So they didn't even MVP their own team. That would be going to Nitro. Nitro stepped up like crazy. It just wasn't enough because, like, we thought that if Nitro would step up, then Zay would also have like the 130s, and then the rest of MSU would be great. But no, UNI was just on another level that day. And I think at that point you can't blame anyone for losing here. UNI was just on top of everything, and they deserved this win. Peach State versus Michigan. Zay falling off. I'm not sure if we're gonna call that yet. You won't hear it from me because yeah, big Zay fan. I will not say Zay has ever fallen off. Plus, Zay is planning on going out to um Bethlehem Steel City Sprint, which is the successor to the Cyberhound Cup, which is on March 16 at Moravian University. If you're on the East Coast, especially in like the PA, New Jersey, New York, Maryland, Virginia, Delaware area, feel free to come up. I'm happy to see you. Would happy to see get anyone come up. So hoping to see players from like because I know like a lot of Morgan State players are coming. Zay being one of them who wants to go. And if Zay does go to the Moravian land, we are celebrating his birthday there. I will get someone to sing him happy birthday. If Technical's there, then Technical's singing him happy birthday. They'll win, yeah. Maybe. That'd be insane. The Zay finally cracks top 3. Zay finally wins a LAN and it's on his birthday. Imagine the storyline there. There will be a stream for Bethlehem Steel City Sprint, by the way. It'll be on my channel. I might do a pregame stream also just for the fun of it. Maybe get an in-person Zay interview. Maybe get an in-person Tech interview, in-person Bo interview, stuff like that. Angle interview on stream. You never know. Baja's going to be commentating as well, so that'll be really fun to see. Anyways, University of Michigan, 519, the Peach State Patriots, 465, a plus 54 win for UM. And like, this is Suzuki per se. Now you gotta pick like, oh my god, that's hilarious though. One time I'll be okay with seeing C-Suite. So, where can you find details on the LAN? The one I just mentioned, or like something else, Goji? Because if so, I will. If it's the LAN, I will DM you info like ASAP. If Joy is still in chat, by the way, Nox and Baja are both interested in playing at some point with you. So I'll get you guys like connected at some point after this. The LAN? Okay. Excited. We should also play at some point, Joy, because I know we haven't done that yet, because I have not been able to play it all with the Philippine national team because we only gather on weekends and I'm working every time we gather. So, and it doesn't look like Pacific League is happening unless, if anyone here wants to like claim Philippine nationality or Philippine heritage, like 1% of it, then you can play on the Philippine national team. I won't care. Or if you know any Philippine players, send them my way like ASAP, because I have until Friday to sign us up for Pacific League and we only have 5 people who can play. Okay, let me get Goji the form, all the details and stuff like that. Okay, it's your DMs then, Goji. Okay, back on topic. University of Michigan, 519, Peach State, 465. So we were looking at Crow with a 151, Whooper, 116, Short, 100, Toad, 65, maybe 48, C2D2, 39. And then PSP, Spoon, 118, Luxatone, 98, Spruce, 79, Dynamo, 61, Ray, 55, Bassoon Boy, 54. If you're looking at Michigan, this is just horrifying. This is Michigan at 75% strength. And 75% strength is 3 people dropping 100. Like, the moment Fexican gets added to Crow, Whooper, Short, it's over. It's potentially over for everyone. Meanwhile, for, like... Because, like... I don't know. Like, I'm assuming... The players in Michigan are great. Everyone I've talked to there has been really phenomenal. And really enjoy having them in the scene. But once they have the Crow, Whooper, Short, Fexican core going, what do you do? Like, that's just 4 players that are almost untouchable at that point. Like, we thought Texas Unified was going to be good, but Texas Unified could never gather. If Michigan is able to gather, then this is horrifying. This is like Kutztown on another level. It's Peach State on another level. Michigan could be legitimately the best team in the country by a lot. And like a 54 win looks maybe weaker than you'd expect, but that's also considering that if you just put Fexican instead of C2D2, for example, and this could be almost a 100 win against PSP, and PSP is like arguably number 2 or 3 in the country, I think, right now. But meanwhile, if you're PSP, this is a phenomenal table for you guys. Like, keeping Michigan to 54, even if Michigan isn't at full strength, I think it's really just showing that you have Spoon, Lexitone just playing like out of their mind. And I think knowing that, each state is going to be insane. Like, looking back, I would have probably put Peach State at the 2nd seed of this tournament instead of like UCLA and UCSD. Maybe that's just the East Coast bias there, but I think PSP going into CKL is going to be a very scary team. I think you could legitimately put PSP at number 2 or number 3, depending on like, especially if they beat UCLA and or UCSD this tournament. Then I think there's a big argument for PSP to be like really high up there. Meanwhile, looking at this now, I think just thinking about this table, you're seeing just how scary just how scary Michigan will be, just not even at like full strength. Like, as long as they have like 3 of these players, they are going to beat basically every team in the country. At least that's how it feels at this moment. Maybe things will change. Never know. Volatile game. Things just don't go your way. There'll be tracks or there'll be items. And maybe something happens. But on paper, Michigan's looking unstoppable. And PSP, while being one of the top contenders, I think they need to reach that next level and then get there. To get to that next level, and then they're able to like take down Michigan. I'd love to see it happen, though, just to be honest. Alabama versus University of Tennessee. First of all, Alabama had 6 players, and I remember saying this last week. Alabama with 6 players is legitimately one of the best teams in the country. And this shows why. Like, roll tide. Honestly, Bama with 6 players could legitimately be a top 5 team in the country. Like, I will not sugarcoat it there. Like, as long as you have like these players playing together, playing without a bot, this team is going to go places. And this table here, I think, really just shows this. So you have Solution obviously dropping to 122. Jay 114. When Jay is on point, Jay is insane. Branjo 99. Trombone Wizard 80. Rizzy 70. Thermal 56. And then for University of Tennessee, Ghost 95, Will 82, Jay Guzzi 78, Moss 78, Ethan 57, Cisco 53. And then, really, for Tennessee, this is actually solid because like Bama's a very good team, and I think Tennessee's only getting better, which is scary because they're improving really quickly for a team that has like 3 wars under their belt now, and all against good teams. They went up against Morgan. They went up 4 wars. Morgan, I want to say one of the California teams, UNI, and then Alabama. So Tennessee, I think, especially because Evolved goes to Tennessee. Once Evolved joins the roster, I'm assuming Evolved joins the roster, then this is going to be horrifying. Tennessee might be a legitimate contender in D2. Time will only tell, though. But Alabama, really, this is just fun. And, like, really happy to see Alabama at full strength. Like, really having, like, one of these players was in one of their first wars, I think. Or that might have been in the 4s, actually. So I might have that wrong. But, like, Alabama's looking really good. And I think that makes this next table interesting. Okay, no, it doesn't, not next table. But it makes this next match very fun to talk about. So UCLA, Alabama is going to be one of the best matches I think you can think of. Like, this is actually insane. I was so sad we didn't get to see this, like, live on what I think was it Sunday? I want to. It was either Sunday or Monday. I forgot my days. Might have been Sunday. Don't quote me on that. But it's really fun to see like Alabama versus UCLA on paper is such a good matchup because you have on paper they're actually really similar. You have Cairo and Joy on UCLA. You have Solution and like Jay or Brad Joe on Bama, where it's like a really similar case of like their top players. Then there's the rest, and then there's the depth of like kind of how there's their depth stack up against each other. I know that it's like it is hard because like I really like both these teams because one Solution's great, love Solution. Then you have Joy and Cairo on UCLA. Cairo's an insane player. Joy is just an absolute pleasure to be around. So I don't know who to pick here. Like, I think it comes down to the big thing is it comes down to does UCLA have does Alabama have 6 players? I did see the DM come up. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Hold on, real quick. Not gonna leak it on here, but that's amazing. Can we make that an emote in CKL also? Because I think that'd be funny. That's going in almost every server I'm in, by the way. So who runs this tournament? A bunch of college students, basically. So I'm on staff for the Collegiate Karting League CKL. We've been it's been a work in progress for a little over a year and a half now. Just trying to find like colleges across the country. I think we had Ontario United actually. Ontario United, you know them because of Godcap. Ontario United won the entire thing last season. So yeah, CKL is basically run by a bunch of college students. I help out even though I graduated, so it's been fun. Like, obviously, it has their ups and downs because, like, the biggest problem with college teams in general is the fact that we can't gather for shit, like, ever. Like, take the University of Alabama. This Alabama is legitimately one of the best teams in the country, but their biggest weakness is they can sometimes just never get 6 players. They almost, I think last season you're looking at a team that played almost over half their matches was like a 5v6 or they had the forfeit, and it was so frustrating because it's like Alabama is going to be really good because they have just some insane players on there. It's just they don't have the ability to gather, and it's really rough. It's the hardest thing about 6v6 really in any capacity because like hey, something's happened because obviously school comes first for these players. If the school doesn't come first for these players, have them talk to me because no, you cannot be putting MK before school unless MK is giving you like a ton of money, and we do not have the infrastructure to have that kind of money here. I have to sneeze, but it won't come out. So Tomodachi like fun. It's gonna ping somewhere, I think. Oh, ironic. Moravian Video Game Club. For some reason, meeting on Wednesdays instead of Saturdays now. Fucking school. I can't say that. I was going into an education career for the longest time. But yeah, UCLA, Alabama. It's come down to how does Alabama minimize Cairo, and how does UCLA how does the depth of UCLA stack up to the depth of Alabama? I think Alabama's 3 through 6 is slightly better than UCLA, but UCLA I think has the better 1-2. At least UCLA I think has the more consistent 1-2. It's also fun because you get to see the Cairo Solution matchup, which you don't get to see often. Like they play on the same team at MK University, and Solution is gotten so good, so fast, and Cairo is just this unstoppable force at times. So the fact that Cairo's even in losers is incredibly crazy. So this could go either way. I don't know who will win this one, and it's really hard for me to figure out a legitimate answer here. So I think this is definitely within 40. Assuming Alabama has 6. If Alabama does not have 6, then that changes things and UCLA wins. This also assumes that their internet works because, oh my gosh, that was rough. Just trying to watch like 4 different hosts and like everyone switching around. Like maybe one person had one of them blocked and we don't know. Maybe like one of the Alabama players blocked Cairo for some reason. And that's why like you can never have like them get into lobby. But for now, I think this is something to look for. UCLA, Alabama, they play, I forget when, I think it's on the 28th. That's a matchup to watch. If that's going to be on stream either from Cairo or Solutions End, that's a must-watch matchup. The sad thing is I think both of them was the Peach State. I think Peach State's just really good right now. Spoon and Luxtone are playing out of their mind. And when you have players like Dynamo / Kusan who are just able to go off and add that extra third punch, I think Peach State is just too deep. And with Spoon playing out of his damn mind lately, I think Peach State wins against both UCLA or Alabama, depending on who they play against. So yeah, I will expect to have Peach State over here in loser semis. Oklahoma UNI, University of Northern Iowa, is very hard as well because UNI is becoming a team that's really top heavy. Meanwhile, Oklahoma is very much a team that's very consistent. So like, yeah, Archie and Lemons on UNI are probably going to be scoring like 99 to 120-ish. And maybe Oklahoma will have all 6 players dropping between 70 and 85. You never know. I think Oklahoma is going to have the edge, but I would not be stunned by a UNI win. So, like, I think Oklahoma is just more consistent. And I think that consistency goes a long way. Because it's very hard to game plan around Oklahoma. Because Oklahoma's, like, strategy is that they don't determine lineup until the day of. And they don't determine lineup until right before. Whoever's playing hot goes in. So it's going to be really interesting to see like who plays for Oklahoma because like I have some great players there. A lot of players there are getting really good. Golden has become really good lately. Rumble, Taika Dessa, Rhino, JWT, Tobias, Caleb, who's newer, has also become really impressive lately. So I think Oklahoma's consistency just wins out here. And I think UNI is going to have to put out Rumble mentioned. Shout out to Angle's dog for it's their birthday. Also Spoon. You just missed me hyping you guys up with PSP because like yeah, Spoon playing out of his damn mind lately. You missed me basically hyping up Peach State because I think Peach State's gonna make a long run in losers here. So if you want the gist of what I think is going to be happening rest of the bracket, it doesn't matter who wins between UCLA or Alabama, Peach State wins. I think Oklahoma beats UNI in a very close matchup. Doesn't matter if Peach State beats Oklahoma. Michigan's going to beat UCSD. Peach State beats UCSD. I think Peach State, Michigan is going to be grand finals. I just think Peach State is just really good right now, like top to bottom. That team is deep. And like right now, especially with players like you and Luxtone are playing very well lately. And like that result against Michigan, like granted Michigan's in half Mexican, but that's a very strong result to have this early on. And like I do believe Peach State could legitimately get second place here. In fact, I also believe that like after these results, I would have put Peach State at the second seed instead of like exactly Goji. Goji has the exact point. Yeah, this is getting hyped for the main season. That's good. You were only down in 10 until like race 10. That's the thing. Like it's great for G cooking up some emotes. Thank you for that. But I do think Peach State is. You know what? I'll put it out right now. Peach State is the second best team in the country right now. Maybe third if you count Kutztown still. But Kutztown's not in syllabus week, sadly, so their ranking is a bit harder to determine. But I do think Peach State, at worst, is probably number 3 in the country right now. It's Michigan, Kutztown, and then Peach State. At some point, I'm planning on doing like power rankings. Like, you know how like in college basketball and college football, you have like those like the weekly polls that come out with like every team being ranked, like not necessarily by like record, but kind of by like, it's like it's the power ranking. I do want to do something like that for TKL and also ECRC, which we will be transitioning to soon. Because that ECRC is going to have a lot to talk about because that's coming up soon. But like I think having like those power ranking things will be really fun. So don't think I am ready. Send it my way whenever, but we'll see. Oh, I better not be catching a cold. I have work tomorrow. So yeah, here's the gist of it for the rest of the bracket. I don't know who wins between Alabama or UCLA. Either way, Peach State wins. I think Oklahoma beats UNI close, but Peach State beats Oklahoma. Michigan beats UCSD, and then next week, Peach State beats UCSD. And then Michigan beats Peach State unless Michigan only has like 2 of the top 4. If Michigan only has like Short and Crow or Short and Whooper, Short Mexican, one of those combinations, then Peach State could actually win the whole thing. But Michigan at full strength, I think, is still better than Peach State unless you see Dynamo turn into Kusan again. Or Spoon just goes even crazier than lately, or Lexitone becomes even better. So right now, I'm still going to have Michigan winning this overall. But I do think Peach State is going to have a loser's run. Oklahoma is going to get 4th, be the highest non-D1 team, which would be huge for them. And UCSD is going to put up a fight against Michigan. But I think they still fall both to Michigan and they will fall to Peach State. If anyone's got questions, feel free to ask. How often will these kind of tournaments held? I don't think we don't have an answer for that yet. I think the plan is maybe going forward, it's going to be like bracket tournament, main tournaments, bracket tournament, and then like main season. Summer season's going to be something very different. And then fall, we might do something similar again. Like the bracket tournament's like kind of a seeding tournament just to get your feet wet. And then the main season, we'll have an idea. Yeah, Nintendo being dumb with licenses has not helped either. I was about to check the Moravian land information, but I can't do that yet because I will leak people's emails, and I can't do that online. Okay. Going to maneuver some stuff around because I do want to do like an. Just like dox people by sharing everyone's. This is the type of stuff CKL staff does, by the way. So we dox people's emails. Shout outs Shouts for the follow. Thank you. Don't leak that. We can't. Not the precious college email. You're lucky I tell people to use your raving. Yeah, it was in the fine print. Remember, so I don't actually write the job description for CKL staff, but I'm pretty sure it was in the fine print. Or maybe it was in the last addendum you signed off on. Who knows? Okay. ECRC seedings is going to be an absolute nightmare because you're a Dragon Ball fan, you can't read. You'll get along with Andrew if Andrew was still in chat. It's hilarious, though. Here we go. Okay. So ECRC, for those who don't know, ECRC is doing fours and they're doing FFA. I will not be seeding FFA tonight because there are probably there's too many players right now that I don't know anything about. And there's also too many players who have not signed up yet, from what I know. Seed FFA, I don't even know who's all signed up yet. Okay, ECRC seedings. Okay, we'll do FFA first. So I don't know who's playing, if I'm being quite honest, because Sandberg does not have a list. So I have to like kind of just guess based on who's around. Spoon, are you playing FFA? If you are, Spoon is number one seed overall. Then it's a significant gap, and then obvious, and then down here is technical. Okay, technical. Mitch, Bad Boo. You're right. We forgot. Dynamo, Secret Kusan. Then it's Spoon. Then it's a gap. Technical Mitch, Bat Boo. Who else is playing? Zay is playing. Oh, Short's playing. I'm assuming Short's gonna be playing. So Solution's probably playing also. See, this is the thing. I'm just guessing who's playing, and this is not good at all. Goji, do you know if anyone from Iona is doing ECRC, the fours or the FFA stuff? Because if so, now we have a problem because I don't know who to put anywhere here. Technical Mitch, Bat Boo, Short. FFA is your major because I feel that I cannot play FFA to save my life. I'm like actually garbage at it. Like I don't play lounge much anymore, but like lounge is like I'm so much worse in lounge than I am in like FFA in like 6v6 formats or whatever. Shout out to Six for hopping in the chat. Happy to see you here, man. You missed the hype train earlier. I had a hype train going on. I didn't know what to do. If it's just you and Franken, that's good to know. Either way, that helps because makes it like solution. Zay, uh, Franken Goji, E F G. Just go to alphabetical order. Angle still here. You were busy winning in lunch. You know what? That's for the best. Good job. Get the MMR. So also we have, I think Mitch is still eligible for ECRC, which is making things very interesting. Is 6 Grandmasters yet? I am curious about that actually too. Okay, now I'm gonna be while we figure out if 6 is Grandmasters yet. The answer is yes. I'm going to see if who else is playing because I have no idea who's playing in ECRC today anymore. Oh, Towson. You have the list of players. If you have it, DM me ASAP because this is a nightmare trying to figure out who's playing where. We'll get to FFA eventually, but 4v4v4, this is the one I'm really interested in because fours are like, okay, so fours are one of my favorite formats ever. You start franking the entire time. We'll have to like put you in separate lobbies just to make things nice between you two. So, but yeah, fours is the one I'm really interested in because there is a ton of crazy stuff you can do in fours, and it really makes certain teams look even better than they are in 6v6. So, like Alabama, take them for example. Assuming they do ECRC fours, but yeah, assuming ECRC fours happens for Alabama, their biggest weakness is gathering 6 players. You only need to gather 6 and fours. All you gotta do is have 4 players. And that's going to make Alabama go from good to amazing. So once okay. will check that. I will check that eventually. Spoon. Minuscule amount of trolling. Yeah, that's just how we are. Someone want to get Goji to sign up for ECRC then? Probably one of ECRC stuff, so that's like Spoon. Also myself now, actually. I could probably just do it myself. Dear Lord, there's a lot of players here. Oh, I forgot Bo. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. This is gonna be rough, but how fast can I type? Not very fast. Andy Duck. That almost would have been done. Asmund. Asmund's really good. For those who don't know, goes to Penn West Edinburgh, got like 6 at Riptide at their first ever LAN. And Riptide was like fairly solid in terms of like competitors. So getting 6 at your first ever tournament is insane. Assume Boy. What's up, Bobby J? I saw Bo. I'm gonna be doing lots of C2D2. C2D2. That's an amazing thing. Chayton? Chef. BB. Quab. Koba. MC. Jinja's playing. Oh my gosh. Glacial. I don't know. Itchy. It's a me. Oh, how do you spell it's a me? It's a me. J. JK8. Jojo. Chaotic. Oh, Kami. Kit Kat Candy. Oh, Kit Kat Cats was over to C. This has become just a spicy typing stream. I also realized you can't put the word spicy in front of anything, or it just sounds weird. For those who don't know, we are also the community is now called the Spice Gang. Also, I think that was coined by Goji. Shoutouts. YX. Spicy typing ASMR. If I was good at typing, maybe. Matrix. Maximus. Nitro. Obsidia. Palarin. Para Green? You want your royalty check by the end of the week of 0 to 0. Ask my mods. My one mod. PGP. Purple Nurple 456. Yo, honestly, some of these tags are great. Some mods send them to Brazil. Sebi. Senpai NH? Senpai NH, not typing that on stream. Shamshez. Sophie. Spoon. Short. Oh dear lord. This isn't even all of them either. I don't know how to say this name. Okay, now I know people here. So I put Cole instead of the full name. Tyler. Creo. Unarmed Black. Res Ronin. Wumbo. Zim. How many players are in FFA? We have 47. I don't know how we're doing this. I also know this is not everyone. So this is going to be something. I'm gonna answer Snapchats real quick because I know my group is like doing that right now. Yeah, shout out to dogs. Chat, say hi to people who are going to be Snapchatting. Once I say hi, I'll take a snap. Once I do that, try to figure out 47 players. Is Mitch not playing? Oh dang. Bam isn't too. Oh god, yeah. Forgot all the Alabama players also. Oh lord. So yeah, we're at least at 48. I don't know how much Alabama is playing, but dear lord. I'm gonna quick say hi chat. Okay. So this is gonna be a nightmare. An absolute nightmare. There's a second news. Oh my gosh. I didn't actually see the one video you sent either. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, we have at least 48 players to potentially seed. At least 48, and we don't even know if this is not everyone. I know for a fact this is not everyone. Okay, let's get some people out of the way. People I know for sure. Probably going D1. Is Babu not playing? Babu's not signed up. Okay, interesting. Is Bo signed up? Bo is. So technical we know for sure. Tech D1. Shouts Baja in. Oh, Goji's not signed up too. Great. Okay. Because I'm going to make this easy. Shouts Baja joining the chat there. I don't know if Baja, if you followed or not, but if you do, if you haven't followed, drop a follow. Remember, Baja, any. Oh, no. Yeah. Bitchy, feel free to show that off then, as well. Bro, I do this. Okay. What did I just do? I just delete that by accident? That's crazy. Spectacle. Go. Okay. Shorts. Solution. Bow. Anyone I'm missing? Does Zay not sign up? Zay's gonna be in. Or Zay put under Isaiah. No, Zay's gonna be on here eventually. Zay. There's a lot of plays I have to think of here. I already have solution. Oh gosh, Jinja. This is not order yet, because otherwise I know Jinja will be higher up. Rio would probably go really high if I'm being honest. Oh shoot, Goji. I forgot I add Goji to the list. Easy, there's Goji on the list. Goji is the 8 seed for now. That might go up, might go down. We'll see. I already have. Okay, I did put Bo here. Nice. I haven't even gotten to the hard part yet. This is probably going to be really bad. Baja, are you doing the FFA, which is on like Friday nights starting next week? If you are, then this is going to be another like, okay, where am I going with this? Because I haven't even put Angle or Wumbo yet either. I haven't any of them rated players. No, I'm not just ranking players. That'd be funny though. Like, Lemons, what did you miss? I hyped you guys up. I hyped up you and I for beating Morgan State, and like, what because that was a phenomenal result you guys had against Morgan State, and I think like honestly, you guys could beat Oklahoma, Lemons. I think it's gonna be really close. But if you guys just do what you did against Morgan, I don't see you guys losing. There's a lot of players. There's a lot of players. Oh my gosh, because like still put Angle, probably five. So shouts to the follow. Thank you for that. Shrek 1221. There are so many players here. I have no idea where to begin. Nitro? Maybe? Wait, does Nitro even sign up? Okay, Nitro is here. You don't have to try too hard, by the way, Lemons. Remember, I'm Oklahoma's coach, so if they win, it makes me look good. Creo's probably got to be high up. Also, Shamchez, I think, is going to be really good. I don't know. That's a good one. I don't know. I feel bad. There's just so. Yeah, you did sign for 4. Yo, you're Archie. Shout outs to you for hopping in the chat. Also, thank you for the follow. Good stuff over at you and I. Really excited to see what you guys do. So, also, shout out 14 viewers right now. Spice Gang, which I can't believe we're actually saying, is like growing. At this point, I'm gonna need to make like merch or something like that. Merch to help me go to MomoCon. Merch to help me fund trips to trips to lands in general. Just gotta start selling like spicy merch, I guess. Spice Gang merch, and then it's like Shaquille O'Neal on like a bottle of hot sauce or whatever. Creo, Creo, Stacy merch drop. Yeah, if anyone here has like graphic design or like merch design stuff, feel free to like get that going. Miss you, Shaq. Yes. Yeah, feel free to get some merch stuff going. And at some point I'll get like a if I get like a shirt that has just like Spice Gang stuff, I'll wear it. I won't lie to you guys. This is rough. Where do we go from here? Who am I missing? Wumbo. Shamchez. Oh, Zim. Oh, Lord. You can tell. This is how you know it's not ordered because I probably put Zim higher. Archie, are you doing ECRC? Because yeah, this is the East Coast Racing Collegiate stuff. In terms of like where I rank you overall in terms of CKL, that is an absolute nightmare that I've not figured that out yet. That's East Coast Racing Collegiate. It's like so it's mostly like East Coast teams. It's gonna be their season starts up this week. Next week. It's FFA and 4v4 v4. You're interested at all? I don't know if like we're gonna keep the whole East Coast thing, but like if you're interested, maybe. You know your own individual ranking. If we get to 10 subscribers, I guess I will do a CKL 100 where we will rank the top 100 college players in the country. I guess that's a sub goal. Why not? All good, all good. I don't even know how many subs we're at right now, but give me a quick moment. I'll throw up like the thing. Baha with the follow, thank you. Happy to see you follow there as well. Also, thank you for jumping into stream also. Always fun to have you around. Okay, Baha, don't worry about this. Get this, yeah, get me to 100 followers. That'd be hype as heck, honestly. Twitch affiliate spicy, yeah. So, yeah, 100 followers or 10 subs. We'll do a ranking of the 100 best CKL players. That sound good, guys? I think that sounds good. But hey, 14 viewers in chat. Hype to hear it. I wasn't expecting. I was thinking I was gonna maybe end stream early, but nah, we got 14 viewers. We're gonna keep going. I also figure out where the hell are we putting some of these players? Because holy heck, Zim is there. Did I put Shamchas yet? I did not. 44 alt accounts. Yeah, the top 44 is just all of Six's accounts, and number 45 is Dynamo. Okay, now this is where everything's rough. A bunch of the Morgan players, Obsidia, Klob. The Klob sign up. Yes, Klob is there. And now I'm starting to run out of players I know. So this is really bad. JK8. Actually, no, I'm gonna go Asmund, who I think is very underrated. JK8. Dolphin 6'3", 43 to 47. That's a W right there, honestly. Okay, now let's get this real quick. I heard, yeah, you and Lemons in the last 8 combined for 181. That was insane. I remember just hearing about that like afterwards, and that's one of the most insane things I've ever seen. I wish there was like a VOD of that because I would have loved to watch that. Running out of players to name. MC. I know of Glacial. Give me Matrix. Glacial. And now we are at the point where I don't know these players. So do we just rank them by who has the best tag? Is that just the play here? Forget the... Rank it by best tag? That's a good point. Okay. Oh, I do know Senpai and H. Okay, so I do have to put Senpai here because I do know who they are. Best, I do know Ronin. I'm sorry, but It's a Me is just this. The way it's also spelled like this too. I am going to just put It's a Me here. Hmm. They're here. Go Chef Habibi. I have no idea if anyone ECRC staff knows this, but how are we doing FFAs this season? Because like, I have a feeling it's not just going to be clean cut 12, 12, 12, 12. I have a feeling it's going to be a bit more complicated than that for when we do seedings for indivs for FFA. Like fours, I have an idea of because I played in Quator League for multiple seasons, but FFA, I have no idea what we're doing. Chef Habibi's taken. Andy Duck, why not? It's the second time I almost put a C instead of a D there. Purple Nurple. Give me Sebi. This name. Kit Kat candy. I feel bad. You're not gonna get any analysis here until I see results from players. Because the thing about ECRC is that there's so many schools here that do not play in CKL. So like NJCU, New Jersey City University is here. Penn West Edinboro is here. How important is this DM? Oh my fucking god. I don't think I could put that on stream. I can't risk that yet. I remember I can't get canceled yet and like have risk like losing revenue, what little revenue I have. I'm about to get banned on Twitch for that. I'm like, not sure yet. When we do the 100 ranking of 100 of the 100 best CKL players, I'll drop that. Pork roll, egg and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup. Yeah, not the spicy controversy. You know, spicy controversy sounds very different, especially when you realize what if you ever see what this is. Oh my god. There you go. That's what's happened there. Yeah, ice spicy. You guys, I swear. This community, I swear. Spice Gang for sure. Shouts Baja for this. Oh my god. Ice spicy outpost. Oh my god. Okay, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. I need anyone who's like good at modding Mario Kart. They gonna put that on like Ice. Maybe I'll actually play it. I'm not an Ice fan, but hey, you put Ice Spicy Outpost, I guess it's a thing now. You're getting your boys signed up today? Nice. When is stuff due by for ECRC? Let's just say the sooner the better. Because, okay. If you're doing 4v4v4, that starts this Saturday, and FFA starts Friday. But I know FFA has a bit of a more lenient deadline because I think you can start in like week 2 or week 3 and still be fine. But the 4s, you have to be in right away. Yeah, another week. My bad. I have my weeks mixed up. It's in the first week in the first week of February. I feel. Wait, what now? Okay. I do not know. Bassoon Boy. Yeah, Bassoon Boy here. Bobby J. And now at this point, I don't know anyone here, and I feel really bad. I've heard of Pikachu P, I think. I think that's a KU player. Don't ban. Sam's. Sophie, Arn Black, Tyler. I think I had Bobby J already. Give me Itchy. J. Law. Yeah, at this point, I'm just going in order almost. Maximus. Max. Can't spell. Same school. The FFA for ECRC. The hard thing is, really, outside of like the top 18, I don't know who any of these players are. Because I think I was trying to tell you this earlier. The thing about ECRC is there's a lot of schools here that aren't in CKL. So there's a lot of no-name teams. No one's doing the FFA other than Toadmaster? Okay, well, that's bye-bye. And we will put Toadmaster here, because why not? Toadmaster is number 3 overall. Yeah. C2D2 was apparently signed up also, but we will see. Toadmaster D1. I think Toadmaster is just going to be right under Spoon and Tech. And Toadmaster is going to whoop Zay. Where do you sign up for FFA? If you are in the ECRC server, East Coast Racing Collegiate server, you would sign up there. It's under... What am I doing? I'm in the server. Just type... Yeah, if you're in East Coast Racing, okay, not that, not Snapchat. Oops. If you're in there, nice. Go to announcements. They'll be in their Season 4 sign-up form. Or just ask, like, Spoon, who's on staff. We have, like, a decent amount of us and staff, actually, right now, so that's good. I just joined staff as well, but I'm mostly here just for, like, seating purposes. And to get the ECRC stuff on here. So, yeah. Go to announcements, sign up, and then you'll be all good. I don't have access to, like, everything on here now. Yummy C1 now. It's true. Technical. Who? When you ask any questions, I ask a not so very important question. You don't want to you hope to get answers for it. I'll be honest, I don't have access to the forum, so I can't answer the questions for you. But if it brings up the staff, I will see. Great question. Michigan versus Kutztown top LU. Are we talking 6v6, right? Just to be sure, we are talking 6v6 in Kutztown versus Michigan. Short can answer this then. Who's 5 and 6 for Michigan? Because Kutztown top 6 is Tech, Batboo, Bo, Trey, probably JK8. And then is it Sunset, MC, one of them, I think. So Spoon actually brings up my thought process right now, actually. It actually does depend on how good is Trey on that day. I think when you look at Michigan versus Kutztown, I think Michigan, Kutztown are 1 and 2 right now in the country, in some order. I think Michigan on paper wins. So, because like Trey's peaks are super high, and I think Trey is basically the X factor in this matchup. If Kutztown is going to beat Michigan, Trey is going to be the reason why. Because like Michigan is crazy deep. Michigan top 4 is the deepest group of 4 I think we've ever seen in the... Nah, that's completely fine. I can't play in the FFA either. The less people that sign up for the FFA, the better also, because I already don't know who 40 of these players are. and I feel really bad about it. And there's only going to be more from what I'm hearing from Sandberg. So I'm about to have like a 60, 70 player FFA to seed, and I don't know who players from like 51 to 73 are. And I feel really bad about it. But back to the Michigan Kutztown thing. Michigan's top 4 is the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. Like, this is super team stuff. Like, if Short is the 4th best player on a team, that is horrifying. That's just not okay. It's borderline unfair to have Short as like the 4th best player. And Crow is insane. Then you have Whooper goes Whoop. Thank you, actually. No, thank you, Crow, for not being able to do Saturdays. That might actually make things a bit easier. That actually makes things so much easier for us. You don't understand. Because, like, I remember thinking it. I was talking about the Moravian players. Like, if we're going to get to 4s soon, because I really want to talk about 4s, because that seeding there is really interesting. And I'm dodging the question. I still think Michigan wins the 6v6 against Kutztown, but if Trey unlocks that extra level that we know is there, that he's getting really close to touching, then I think Kutztown can pull it off. I think Michigan wins more often than not. So if it's a best of 3, I think it could be split 1-1, but then Michigan wins the third war. But it's hard to count out technical. It's hard to count out Batboo. But you see the raw talent of Mexican, of Shorts with Crow and Whooper. And that is just really hard. And it really does. And Shorts bringing up a great point. It comes down to the 5 and the 6. And Michigan has that. I know Kutztown has the edge here right now of that 5 and that 6, because that was a big thing with Kutztown in finals last season. That's the thing I pointed out on like the analysis stuff. Like the 5 and 6, and you're seeing this a lot now with teams like UCLA. Your 5 and your 6th, your 5th and 6th best player matter a lot, because we're all looking at the carries, but this has now become a league where the depth has become really important. It's why I'm really high on a team like Peach State, and I think Peach State is like the 3rd best team in the country right now, because their depth is just better than most teams. It's why like teams like UCSD, when they get that like bottom half going, it's why they can click. It's why Oklahoma is so good right now, because they don't have a bad 5th or 6th. It's just what Oklahoma lacks in like a top player. It's the 5th and 6th now. And yeah, Short mentioned it's cool how things have changed now, because like you can't just succeed the carries anymore. You really need depth, and I think, and that's so cool. Like we look at teams like UCLA and we see Cairo, we see Joy, but the players there, like those 3 through 6, the Yakuza Guts, the stuff players like those players are going to be the key for UCLA this season. So to go back to wrap up, Michigan, I think, wins for now, but Kutztown would not surprise me if they win out. I could see Kutztown winning this next season. You never know. But I do think Michigan is still the top team in the country right now, and they will more than likely win a 6v6. That doesn't mean I don't think Kutztown can win. I think Kutztown is definitely the biggest threat to Michigan right now, because like how do you ignore players like Technical and Batboo? And then you have players like Trey, who's been on the crazy come up, Bo, who's putting in so much work with U-Turn, JK8, who's getting a lot more time as well. I think really it could go in either way, but I will probably put my bet on Michigan at the moment. Exactly, yes, Spoon. There's a lot of time before the season. If the league is interested, I'll probably do like a preseason ranking, more like a college football poll or college basketball poll instead of just like the normal seedings. See, that's the thing. Michigan has yet to play with their full top LU, and that is the scariest thing possible. And it's like, it's kind of worrying, honestly. Like, we still don't know what Michigan at full strength is like. So when that happens, I'm horrified. Okay, let's go to fours. Because fours, fours are going to be so fun. So I'm a huge fan of fours in general. Like, I'm bad at FFA. I'm not good at lounge formats. The more players on a team, the better I am. So 6v6 and 4v4 are like the best thing for me. This is also maybe my last chance to get this is probably maybe my first and last chance to get to play Collegiate. I don't know when the next time I'll be able to play Collegiate is, and because I know I'll be able to play with Moravian for fours because of the alumni role. And I don't have the entire list, but for fours, here's what we have so far. Granted, I don't know if this is all here or not. I'm actually, yeah, we're going to leak Sambert's seating. I'm praying that this is not in order yet, because if this is in order, I have a lot of questions for Sambert, but oh, I have a lot of questions if this is the case. I also know some of these teams will not be playing. So, but this is what Sambert has so far. Yeah, they're not playing. Oh, no, they might play. I don't know if this team plays. How do you spell this? PSP2. Yeah, I had a feeling PSP2 won't be happening. That is completely fine, though. It makes my life easier. Oh, there's no reason this team should be that low. So, for fours, we're looking at potential 6-team divisions. Yeah, divisions of 6. He is going to join, though? Okay. Whooper and fours is going to be even better. Oh my god. Realistically, I don't think all these teams play. First of all, Iona said they're not doing fours. So let's move up a team. Pick a team. UAH. Move up. I don't know if Virginia Tech's playing, realistically. I don't know if Michigan State plays. But this is like what we have so far. This is what Sambert has so far. For like terms of divisions, for like fours, because like it'll be 3 divisions of 6. And there are some takes. When do signups end? For fours, for ECRC in general, why are people still sending me Snapchats? Okay, so where is it? February 1st. For fours, it's February 1st. For FFA, it's February 15th. Because the thing with FFA is that they're giving leeway because you can still join late and still be allowed to play because it's free for all. It'll mess things up a little bit, and you probably have a harder chance to make playoffs, but you can still play. Plus, people are more likely to drop out, so FFA there's a little more leniency. It's how we did it in CKL Season 0 last year. That was a year ago now. That's crazy. If Iona makes fours, oh lord. Okay. Okay, so here's the teams we have so far. Who are the best teams in fours? I'm still going to put Michigan. Okay, Michigan with no Crow. If Short can answer, what's Michigan's 4 then? Like, who are the 4 for Michigan then, if for Saturdays? If it's gonna, because that actually changes a lot of how we seed. Because I mentioned this earlier, but when you seed for fours, you only have to look at the top 4 players. Oh dear lord. Okay, Michigan. Michigan, number 1 probably. Yeah, Michigan's probably still if they're not number one, they're close to it. The only ones I can see being really close. Oh yeah, you have Crimson also. That's good. And with C2D2. I saw the DM come up. Do I want to know? I'm not. Will I open this on stream? Oh my. Okay, that's a bit much for me. Okay, okay, that's not going on stream. Dear Lord, dear Lord. Anyways, in terms of fours, there's a lot of teams that look. There's like a lot of teams that look really good in fours now. Michigan is still gonna be insane. They only have three of their top four, but their three is Whooper, Mexican, Short, and then you have like Crimson, C2D2, whatever for fourth, and that's still insane. Toadmaster maybe. Kutztown would be right here. Or like you could put Kutztown number one actually. I think I would actually put Kutztown number one over Michigan in fours, knowing who's playing. Is the big thing is from what I've heard, Kutztown's not gonna do it. Not gonna do the fours, which is heartbreaking. Because they could have won this honestly. Because Kutztown, like the Kutztown core of technical Batbu, Bo, Trey, that what do you do? Especially when Michigan doesn't have their top four, it would have been just those two teams. And that would have been insane. We'll put Kutztown as a placeholder here, but know that they're probably going to not be there. I'll go PSP here. Peach State. Very deep lineup. Like, their depth shines in a four setting, assuming they're playing in it. I think I've heard that they will be. And if that's the case, this is going to be scary. Watching Peach State play is going to be really fun to do. And then from here it becomes interesting. Because I feel like these three teams are on just a whole nother tier compared to the rest. So, Michigan State. I don't know if Michigan State's gathering. That's from what I've heard. I think I've heard that from like Silver that they might not be there. And the big thing is, it's actually fun because we get to look at those scrim results too. I'm gonna check that Kutztown message, not on stream, but I do want to see what it says. Yeah, who do you put at fourth? The thing is, there's a lot of options here for who you put as your fourth. Or who fills out D1. This might be might be crazy takes here coming, but here we go. I'm biased, but I don't want to put them here, but I think it's very possible. Moravian, I think, is very scary in a four setting. Because you have, if you look at just the four Moravian students who are active right now, it's already a really scary lineup. You have Angle, you have Wumbo, you have Baja, you have Knox. And then you throw in the fact that they allow alumni, that ECRC allows alumni to play. Alumni within the last year or 2 years, which means I'm eligible to play for Moravian. And scrim results don't lie. Like this table against Morgan and McDaniel, sure, I'm only dropping a 122, but like, as you can see, like, you can tell, like, you can just ask Zay, especially, about what it was like playing in this match, and it's hard. Like, the Angle Spicy 1-2 is just insane. Like, we got first on 9 of 12 races. And there was multiple times where it's like, oh, I'm in first, and like I know Angle has a shroom in second. Okay, Angle passed me. We already have a run. I'll protect you. Angle does it vice versa, and it's like, what do you do? Moravian sweep. Honestly, Moravian is scary in fours. I don't know if they're on the same tier as Michigan, Kutztown, Peach State, but I think Moravian is probably D1. Looking at who's here, I will also think I do think Alabama is up here also. Alabama's biggest weakness is not having 6 players. Alabama's hardest weakness is that they struggle to get 6 players, but when they only need to get 4, ignore the fact that Jay was late and had to get subbed in by Zay. It's really, this is a scary team. Solution, you have Jay, Trombone, and then Thermal maybe, you have Brad Joe maybe. Alabama is horrifying in a 4v4 situation. And I think Alabama, like, I don't understand how, I'm going to check what Zay's seeding was, because I firmly disagree with Alabama not being Division 1. Okay, yeah. Alabama Division 1 for sure, because Zay has it there too. Oh my god, Angle. Who goes here then? You know what? I know Siena College is really popular to put up here because you have Jinja. And Jinja's insane. Jinja plays for Buzz if you don't know, and Jinja got like 3rd at Riptide, Zelan. So really, I think you could make the argument that Siena's there, but I don't know who's the rest of Siena's top 4. And like, yes, you can have 1 carry and 3 depth, but like, that's just a glorified Morgan, I feel. So I feel like Siena is like top of D2 rather than D1. So we'll put Michigan State here. Michigan State, top to round up D2, D1. Granted, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of question marks here, and in fact, it makes things interesting because I think a lot of D2 is like very similar. So, Siena College, Morgan State, VA Tech, they all have the same thing of there's 1 carry and then there's 3 players who are really good. The question is, does Ice play for Virginia Tech? Because if Ice plays for Virginia Tech, then Virginia Tech moves up to 4, and then Moravian, Alabama are D1, and Michigan State moves down to D2. Virginia Tech really just comes down to, does Ice play, or is it just Cynical? Because if it's just Cynical and then like 3 other players, then I think it becomes a lot closer. Who else here? UAH is deceptively good. Creo's there. Atherolite is there. I don't know why we would put them anywhere down here, because UAH is going to be very scary. If Maryland gathers... Okay. If Maryland gathers... It depends on who's on Maryland. Because Maryland might actually have an argument for Division 1. If you get Fate out of retirement, Maryland is Division 1 for sure. Not ordered, by the way, but I do think Maryland's right here. Then I think to round it out, it's yo, good luck at your war for Dark Matter. If Wumbo's playing, tell him I said hi. See ya, Goji. Thank you for hopping on by, though. That makes which reminds I will have to end stream in like 30 minutes at most. So because work tomorrow morning, still gotta go through that. Anyways, long stream though, almost 2 hours. Nice. Where was I? Okay. Rounding out D2, I think it's between Kutztown B, Edinboro, McDaniel. The hard thing is there's a lot of teams we just don't know anything about. So like these four, we don't know anything about them really. I knew we were trying to get scrims with Howard at least, but besides that, it's been really hard to figure out. Okay, let's go Kutztown B. Kutztown B here. And the one table we have for McDaniel. Oh, there's a table from Michigan State. Oh, okay. That's big. That's a huge table. Oh, they have Morgan has lemons. Okay, that changes things actually. McDaniel. McDaniel kind of threw. I won't lie. Like this scrib, if I'm being quite honest, McDaniel kind of threw. Picking Wario Stadium when it was myself and Wumbo in top two, that was such a free run. Led to a Moravian top four, Moravian fridge moment. So you never know. I'll put McDaniel down here, and this might be a hot take, but because we don't know anything about, because a lot of people don't know anything about them. Edinburgh is actually very good. In fact, Edinburgh is it's a well kept secret within the collegiate scene, I think. But there's a few notable players there. First of all, you have Asmund, who had a breakout tournament at Riptide, which is a LAN this past September in Sandusky, Ohio. I think knowing that Edinburgh has potential there, and like I don't know they don't have a lot of team setting. There's not a lot of team experience on Edinburgh, but I think if they can pull this off, they could maybe go up here. Actually, never mind. Okay, Kutztown B over Edinburgh. I wanted to do it, but nah. Kutztown B's team experience. Plus, you have players like Tech, Bapu, Bo, Trey, who can help out the B team of Kutztown, assuming Kutztown A or B even gather. And then I think it becomes interesting. But yeah, I think this is the gist of it. This is all subject to change based on final seedings, and once we get an idea of who rosters are, because like, let's say Iona joins. If Iona joins, I think Iona has an argument for D1, legitimately. And then who do you drop? Do you drop Moravian? Do you drop Alabama? Do you drop Michigan State? I think these three are the only ones who are locked in D1. Moravian might also fall out depending on a couple things. One, do I play very often? There's a chance that Knox might not let me play. Remember, Knox is still captain at Moravian. She could decide to just not play me if she just doesn't like me on a given day. If the divorce thing just still lingers, maybe I'm not allowed to play. Moravian's stock just plummets. Who knows? Maybe Alabama has bad net issues like they have against UCLA and they can't play at all. So who knows? Michigan State finds someone really good. Maybe they just soar up. It's hard to really tell with all these teams here. Especially because we don't have anything finalized for the fours. Once I have rosters and like stuff like that, then I'll be able to like finalize this. Hopefully by like next stream on next Wednesday, I'll be able to like give you a much better idea of where everyone is. Anyways, let's see. Is that all I had for today? Yeah, ECRC preview took a lot longer than I thought. Silver Streak preview took a lot longer than I thought. Had the we had a hype train also, so it was that took a bit of time, but hey, it was all fun. All fun stuff. Thanks you guys for that. I think that will be it for tonight though, at least for me. So had a great stream overall. So really happy to see the newly named Spice Gang here. Yeah. I'm really happy to see all this then. Very thankful for all the support you guys give me. So hopefully we'll see you guys next week. I have a channel to raid. Gonna start raiding them now. yeah, we'll raid Mitch over soon. But as for me, that's it for me tonight. So thank you guys for watching. Go enjoy Mitch's stream and have a good night, guys.